Alright, y'all. Let's get it.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Dancing, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelce, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Barker is on target, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Barker on to kick it away.
And against the Bengals.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Bengals trying about to get going. Charles, it's kind of it's early first quarter, just their second drive.
Oh, shit.
Thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
Burrow going for it on 4th. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 44-yard line. Meanwhile, Burrow's throw here on target to Hurst. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Again, it's Burrow. Eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Burrow. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. It's Joshua Williams with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to...
And that's all, folks. What's good, bro? What's up? Hopefully this will be a good game.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the Caesars Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Today we've got a good NFC matchup on tap. between the Washington Commanders and the New Orleans Saints. The kicker for the Saints, Will Lutz, has it teed up, and here we go from New Orleans. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's get busy.
Wins to throw on the first play from scrimmage. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Damn.
And the Saints are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
Well, they certainly took a shot to open this game. I know it backfired with the interception, but no lack of bravado from that sideline at all. And look, they told us before the ball game, they wanted to be a little more dangerous on offense. They wanted to take a few more chances. That opening pass certainly set a tone. Maybe a turnover, but I don't think it'll stop them from trying again the rest of this game.
The slot man in motion right. Following the interception, Winston. And he fires.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
William Jackson with a pick.
Get out of there!
And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commander's touchdown.
Let's go, we get it right
By
back.
that defensive unit, Charles, because they just saw their offense throw the interception. They come out there, not only get an interception of their own, but they take it back for the touchdown.
I won't sing it because no one wants to hear that, but perhaps in early case of anything you can do, I can do better between these defenses. A lot of people came to expect the offense to light this game up, but so far, the defenses are stealing the show.
The extra point by Slade is up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out.
Double it.
Zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Play fake. Winston. That pass complete to Deontay Hardy.
Man, that was Harris. Hardy.
14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Flush to his right.
There's no way. That's a good throw.
He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. From Commander's territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34. Slot man moves right. They go play action. Winston.
Next. We're getting
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A very solid gain of 27.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
He's at the 50.
That's a tough one, my boy.
10, 5, and he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6
right there, like
Washington touchdown. And Charles, it's now a 2-touchdown lead in the opening quarter. Following that pick 6, they are off to a fast start in this one.
And absolutely ecstatic on the sideline after that play, aren't they? Not just because they got the lead, but how about seeing one of their guys get a chance to take it in for 6? Already up a pair of touchdowns. They've got everything going their way early on.
Joey Slye to kick off for the Commanders.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
The Saints take over 1st and 10.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath.
And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about
probably gonna do it to
always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude.
back down.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely frees up your guys elsewhere. Under pressure and
good sack.
sacked back at the 31. The Wentz and the Commanders staring down a 3rd and long now after that sack. This pass complete to McLaurin going across the middle. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
They'll go for it. It's Wentz. And he finds McLaurin. Touchdown! Carson Wentz able to find Terry McLaurin. And the Commanders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Boy, still in the 1st quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number 1, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number 2, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Throwing on first down, but this one
He ain't got no
He saw all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage is in lockdown mode everywhere.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, Winston. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Play action now, Winston. Then his pass is intercepted for the
GG's, bro.
Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
You're still playing. You are crazy.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do you do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wentz. And his throw's going to be in.
Ooh, let's go defense.
How about the challenge we're seeing here in this game early? Man coverage against some fleet receivers. That time, the defense won.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing is Wentz. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Wentz to throw for it on 4th.
He dropped it. Oh my God.
And they turn it over. The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first. And the Saints will have the football back. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. There's Chris Olave. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
These guys. To go their way because this first quarter has been something of a disaster.
First down, Winston. On target over the middle to Hill. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
And Winston lost the football. And it looks like
the
Commanders have it. And so the last 3 drives, you've got 2 interceptions and a fumble. I think we know why they're losing right now.
Without question, and we've seen the evidence, just what you talked about there. If they take care of the football, number 1, maybe they're not having this deficit. And number 2, maybe they actually have the lead.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. They find some open field here. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. But such a costly interception, nearly a pick 6, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective.
Touchdown, Saints. Taysom Hill from 4 yards out. And the Saints get a bit closer.
This is why a lot of play callers love play action in this spot. You just want to freeze the linebackers just for a second. Then you got a chance to get a quick pass into your tight end right behind them for a touchdown.
Lutz with the extra point, and that cuts this lead down to 13. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Taken at the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll go again with Gibson. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a way to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice, dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
Wentz is intercepted yet again. P.J. Williams with a pick. And the Saints are going to take over here up near the 40. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. He'll start with a give to Kamara. And some space here. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. Off the play fake, Winston. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Winston. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Winston to give, it's Kamara. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. In motion left is Thomas. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Winston. Buying time to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
4th down, Winston. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
Wentz now on first down. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And some room to work. A big play there just before halftime. 41 yards. Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Dodson has it. Touchdown, Commanders. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Commanders will extend their lead here just before halftime.
The Commanders will line up for a 2-point conversion.
Wentz going to look to throw. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Escaping the pressure right. He completes it to Olave. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Final play of the half here. Winston looking long for Thomas. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
Joey Slide to kick off for the Commanders.
The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Saints take over 1st and 10. At their own 17.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to mind. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, New Orleans. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Once more, Gibson. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll run with Gibson. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo sack. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Winston now. Flushed out right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing, Winston. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver trying to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll get 5 out of the scramble in 2nd down.
At the Commanders' 18-yard line.
They go play action. Winston. And my goodness, another interception. And the Commanders are going to have it here at their own 15. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Play action. Now Wentz. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a 1st down Washington on a pickup of 18. On play action, it's Wentz. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Mario Davis coming in for the sack that time. Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take-that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the 1st half. Incomplete now. Incomplete here with the 1st target in the 2nd half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Here's Tressway now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Here's Hardy set to return. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with a short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Straight ahead, Gibson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. This offense so far on 3rd down, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Wentz to the sideline on 4th down. Joey Sly is out there now for the Washington field goal.
This to make it a 3-score game late. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder.
Sly able to put this one through. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
Joey Sly to kick off for the Commanders.
After the made field goal, here's Sly to kick this one away.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things. with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Jameis to throw it. His throw incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll throw again. Winston. And he's got the hook up to Landry. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
On 1st and 10, Winston. And this is caught. Touchdown. Taysom Hill, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Lutz will look to add the extra point.
Hey, GG, bro. This is a good game.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Winston to throw. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Winston.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long.
That is hauled in by Michael Thomas.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Of course, remember, you need a touchdown here and a field goal.
Doesn't matter the order, but they have to get it done and get it done fast.
So a big one coming now for Will Lutz. The kick by Lutz is good.
So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3 with a starting field position like that. 3's not where you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball to the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
On the counter, Gibson.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter.
Gibson again.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time, ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
To throw is Wentz. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
He was looking for Brian Robinson out of the backfield.
And now it's 3rd down.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
And the Saints come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, like all great games, it came down to the final snap, Charles. They had to heave it and hope, but the Hail Mary ultimately intercepted, and that's your ball game.
Yeah, and you never want to be in a situation where your entire game comes down to throwing a jump ball as far as you can. But in that situation, you want to loft it up and hope one of your guys can win in the air. This time, though, it was the defender who got up there, and that was the end of the ball game. Close one throughout. One team just had a little bit more at the end than the other.